And for tonight's Friday Flashback, we've dug into the archive to celebrate the sport of table tennis. The game was covered extensively in the 70s thanks to the enthusiasm of the late great reporter Ray James. If athletes today feel the pressure of the camera's gaze, then spare a thought for Launceston's Neil Kerrison and Burnie's Brian Evans as a lens roamed around their table mid-match.
Evans serving 11-14 second set.
The Dowling Street Centre played host to countless regional and state tournaments involving the best in the land.
Women's match between Margaret Walker of Burnie, Sue McLaren also from Burnie, the little left-hander as you saw there.
And much of the coverage was driven by Ray James, a reporter as versatile covering crime.
I'm outside Southside Motors, in which a number of cars were damaged,
As he was getting his blood pressure tested.
But it can lead without treatment to serious heart attacks, is that correct?
Indeed.
So it is one of the most common forms of, say, leading up to heart attacks, is it?
Leading possibly to heart attacks.
But it's fair to say he was most comfortable covering sport, and a wide range of them, which is where table tennis first found its TV exposure.
Ray James was nature's gentleman, in my opinion. He was a guy who was prepared to give lesser-known sports like table tennis and many others a good showing.
Peter Dunphy is a 7-decade veteran of the sport and remembers live telecasts of table tennis from the station's Watchorn Street studio.
They used to have Sunday sport in those days, and we were one of the participants.
Even some of the rules have changed since this film was taken.
Kerrison serving, having won the first set 21-15.
Sets are now played just to 11.
Predominantly for television purposes. That goes back to the early 2000s.
One of the biggest days for table tennis came in 1987 when Tasmania hosted the National Championships.
The final rounds of the men's event were played this morning at the Burnie Police Boys Club.
Venues which are still used today and have heard the screech of shoes and the smacking of ping pong balls for decades. And leagues in Hobart, Launceston, North West Coast and a new one in Port Sorell. Kim, do you think I'll get out of my subs with that plug tonight?
I think you might. It's a good sport, isn't it?